Hello and welcome to JSI's first ever community challenge.
Welcome.
We are here, we are the 3 board members on the judging panel today. My name is Charlizard.
My name is Bieber.
Bibber, there he is, and
Noisy.
The 3 of us are going to be running through these submissions that we've received from our loving JSI community.
Yes, thank you everyone for submitting.
I've seen some lovely ones.
Absolutely, you've seen some lovely ones. We really appreciate it. Well done for engaging everyone who has participated. It's really, really appreciated. Now the first one, before it runs away, the first one on the screen is from Smithy. He has called it a fast cat. And what do you think of it, Noisy?
Well, my first word that came to mind was chonk. It's a lovely design. I love some of the angles, but I gotta say it's a bit too wide for me.
It is a bit of a chonk.
That's it. Bibber, what did you think of the shape?
Dude, I kind of got surprised. It looks like a passenger ferry cut in half, but
It does, yeah.
yeah, but I kind of I got really surprised by it. So I kind of liked it because it's very unusual, and
It grew on me.
yeah, and it performed very well. But like, it's like a simple layout. So I
Yeah,
got,
very
like, a
simple, but
minus.
that's sort of good. It's quite functional. I mean, I love the TV in there. Just sitting down on your little ferry, all you need is a little bit of TV to keep you going.
Yeah, I agree with Noisy.
Did you notice that it had like 12 underwater welders upstairs? It's a little bit over-equipped, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a very nice first entry. Quite, like we say, fairly primitive shape. But I like the paint job. It reminds me of sort of the trains in Germany and things like that. It's quite... I don't know if you'd recognise it as a taxi coming towards you, but yeah, it certainly would function like one.
Yeah, I'd say good scores overall. I think I put the 2 in charm just because it was a bit too wide for me. Wasn't that interesting to look at overall, but I did love the little detailings on the side.
That's it. Definitely not a cute ship, is it really?
Yeah, I can't say it was cute.
Bibber, you did a high one for functionality, so did I. Yeah, like you say, it's quite stable. It's got good range on it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I say it works. If you need something to get you out of a jam, I think I'd go for this one.
that's it. And there's the total score, like 66 out of a possible 120, if I get my maths right.
Pretty
I
good.
think that's cool. Yeah, not a bad start. Well done, Smithy. Right, next in the list, GloomyPie's water taxi inspired by the Baltimore water taxis. Now, when I see this, I feel like this is more at home in the rivers of Indonesia or something like that. It looks very Eastern to me. I don't know. What did you think, Noisy?
I really liked it. It's quite simple, quite plain, quite minimalistic. And one thing that did annoy me is that rear door didn't close when I was at the front. I think it could have done with a bit more inside, especially usable seats. This is probably something you might actually use in the game, more of a functional boat. Other than that, I love the use of angles around the edges, very thin, very nice. I would definitely use it. Bieber, do you want to go on with that?
Yeah, it's very unusual, like Charles would say. I also got like a river boat feeling about it. In Stormworks, it doesn't quite fit. It doesn't have like windows. You can't like have a sitting area or nothing. So it kind of got a low score from me.
Yeah, me and Bibber, we sort of agree that the aesthetics and the functionality of it aren't fabulous. It sort of, to me, doesn't really scream a cohesive piece. It's more of just like an assembly of different angles, and it doesn't catch my eye in a very positive way.
I say in terms of functionality, I definitely did give it that low grade, mostly because of the unusable seats. So they may have looked quite nice, and I did like the use of microcontrollers. But again, I would have liked somewhere you could actually sit if you're going to take people somewhere else.
Especially when there are those seat parts in the game that you could have used, those little seats. So it is an option.
I want to mention that like the first impression of it, like it's kind of bland when it comes to the color scheme as well. So kind of boring. But it's a good submission though. So
yeah, definitely a good effort, and it definitely has a place. I did actually forget to mention the other thing is that's the only electric powered ship of all the submissions, and that sort of severely limits its function, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you got range. So if I was going to use this, it would be more of a Korea thing. It's small, it's cheap, it's simple, but then again, you have got the limit on the range, which would be another negative for me.
definitely be putting a little diesel engine in there.
Yes.
if it was to be properly used. So the grand score of 49, slightly lower than our first submission, but still not to be laughed at. It's very good, very respectable. Okay, third submission is from one of our own employees, Austin MJ. I can't remember what the M and J stand for.
Martini Jackson.
That's the one. He has made this Bosphorus Sea taxi, which I think is a taxi inspired by a real one in Turkey somewhere. Nice. What did you think of the shape of this one?
I loved it. Very compact, very subtle, and very sleek. I just love that little pilot bit at the back when you can just climb on top, look ahead. Very nimble as well.
Definitely nice to separate the pilot and the passengers as well.
Definitely quite nice doing that. Definitely well used. The space is very well used. You can see lots of chairs in that centre bit. And the pilot has enough space to move, but you're not wasting a massive cockpit.
Done really well. The 2 levels really help fit something into that 15-meter length limit.
Definitely.
Bibba, what did you think?
Yeah, everybody knows that Austin is a incredible builder. I really like it. It's based on a real one, so it kind of scored low on creativity. But the door, I love it, but it could cause an issue with space and stuff like that. But I also love the small bridge. So all in all, a really great creation.
Yeah,
that's it. We just saw the interior there. I think that's a real strong point of this. Like Noisy said as well, the interior, the passenger compartment, it's just a nice place to be.
Yeah, definitely.
And look at it go. It's a speedy little ship as well, and it's got a massive range on it too. Right, here's the scores on the doors. Looking across it, they're all quite good.
For creativity, I had to give it a 6. It was based on something real, but that is quite a bit of creativity trying to find the parts to fit that. So I think a 6 for anything that was based on something in real life. But than that, it was really functional. The aesthetics were quite nice, but being a commercial vessel, it didn't have that little charm for me.
A vessel definitely built for a specific purpose. I feel like it fills it well, but yeah, like you say, it's not the most charming. Although, obviously, in my opinion, me and Bibba have both given it quite high charm scores because that sort of functional form appeals to me, doesn't it? And what about you, Bibba?
Yeah, I agree, and it got a high score because it's actually based on a real vessel, and I think the real vessel and the Stormworks vessel that he built are pretty much the same thing. He did a really good job on it, so therefore the functionality and the charm have big scores.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Well, here we are. Here's the grand score then. 88 out of a possible 120. Our new leader.
Well done, Austin. Great work.
Indeed, very good. We are not biased. Just because he is an employee, don't worry, viewers. We are treating everyone with the same scope of judgment. There's no bias here.
No.
Right. With that in mind, submission number 4 from Alpha, the MSBX Waxy, which I believe is short for Water Taxi, 3014. Now, I like this one. It's quite a sprightly little ship. It moves with a good turn of pace. Quite responsive to the controls from what I remember. Noisy, what did you feel like? What did you think when you were exploring it?
I'm still amazed that Waxy stands for Water Taxi. But no, I loved it. It's a great ship, very small, very nimble. I love the little seating off the back. And what I would have liked is maybe one thing that I remember Beaver said is he couldn't find how to start it.
Yeah.
There was a little breaker down by your foot, which hidden, I think could have been. It was hidden, although it was there. It did seem a bit hidden. Again, it was really functional, lots of seating, and yeah, I would definitely use it.
Absolutely, like you say, Bibba had a bit of a struggle getting this one to work, and I feel like that is the responsibility of the builder to make it as intuitive as possible, isn't that right, Bibba?
Yeah, it is, and I had a limited time to review this, and so I was just like, okay, the functionality. One, I was quite harsh because I couldn't find a breaker, and it was limited time. Next time, I will take a better time to actually find it. But
it is
all in all,
point.
It's a really nice build, and I like the first impression. It looks like I don't know if it's based on a real one, but I think so.
It's not. I don't believe it is, but I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have done more to the interior, but it's nice.
Yeah, I say my functionality is mainly an 8 because it is quick, it is nimble, and it has lots of seats. But yeah, I can see why Beaver has got that stark change to a 1 from the 7 and 8.
So the best thing about this vessel is actually the exterior, the first impression.
Yeah.
A fairly mixed score bag there, but not too bad, not too high, not too low. It's pretty good. Let's see what the final score is. 71. That's pretty good.
Great score there.
Lots of charm in that one for me and Viva. It was. I think the big windows sort of give it a happy little face. Right, here we go. Mirones, how do you say his name? I don't know.
Mirones.
Mirones, here we are. He has created the Tokzi Tri-maran. Now, this one, I really like this one actually. I feel like it's a very creative take on what a water taxi can be. Obviously, it's got 3 holes. I don't know how to say that now. 3 holes, which makes it very stable. It's got active stabilization in the form of stability sort of fins on those holes, which help keep it upright. And it just, performs like a dream. What did you think of it?
I really like Tri-marans. I love how they work. I love how stable they are. But one thing I loved was having the pilot just above in that little area.
Literally like the Millennium Falcon, isn't it?
Like the Millennium Falcon of boats. But no, I definitely loved it. Very stable. Space was very well used. Only things I couldn't find how to close the barriers once I got on the ship. That was one thing I didn't like, but that's just a small detail. I'm sure it was a button that I couldn't see.
Buried somewhere. Yeah.
But other than that, I love the colour scheme. I love the angles. Overall, really nice.
Viva, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you, Nicey. I was really surprised about this. It's very stable. It's fast. I love that you could raise the bridge. No, the captain's seat. I mean,
that's it. Like into the little canopy. Yeah.
Man, that was so genius. And it's easy accessible boat with ramp. I love the ramp options that you have, like the side doors, and you can get on it from the stern. So pretty high scores from me.
Yeah, from me too. Pretty scores overall.
Yeah, nothing below an 8. Very well done there, Mirones.
Lowest, look, there we are. There is this 1-7 in Bibba's
little
charm.
7.
I sort of agree with Bibba. Like, it is not going to be to everyone's taste. It's quite almost an industrial-looking design, whereas certain taxis in certain cities are more stylized. But no, I like it. I feel like it's more, you can see it in Soviet or ex-Soviet countries dipping along the rivers.
Yeah, it was marketed as a crew transfer vessel, which is basically a water taxi, but I did see that and the way it worked and the functionality of being able to park up next to maybe a larger ship, transfer some crew over. But I can definitely see it being used in both situations.
Definitely a very well-considered design.
Yeah.
Right, the grand score, 99. Look at that.
99.
That is very impressive.
New leader.
That's it, 99 out of 120.
We have got a new leader.
Cool. Right, can Being Bright knock it off the top spot with his MSTX 8. Now this one is, and again, I think based off a real boat, isn't it?
Yes, this is a Rotterdam water taxi from what I can make out. This one is probably my favourite actually. I really love the design and I could not get over that door. I think I must have spent about half an hour just opening and closing that door.
We'll see that door in a minute, yeah.
No, very nice. Space was very well used on the inside, and I loved the pilot's seat. You're quite nimble as well. Char.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Like, the aesthetics on this boat are just, faultless. The use of the slightly customized windows, so you have that sort of setback, angled look. It's just a perfectly traditional monohull boat. It's just it's just like I say, really well considered. The livery, the yellow, the various decals, the phone number along the side of it, the fake hatches on the front, and the real maintenance hatch inside next to the pilot seat. Just really lovely features that make the boat feel very complete and very finished and polished.
Very nice.
Bibba, what did you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The first impression of the ship is beautiful. Nice paint job with the paint blocks. I love the instrumental panels on it. And if there's anything that I should say. It's probably the interior, the seating area. It's very open, but I don't know if it's like that in real life. But it's about top 3 submitted creations.
Definitely. Maybe there's room to put handrails or something in there to hold on to break the space up. That's a very valid point. So here are the scores. Again, really high, really well.
It definitely got a 10 from me in charm. I just loved how small it was, so nimble, so easy to use, so like I can't think of. It's just so easy to get when you first walk in. Really intuitive.
Just ergonomic, isn't it? Really
Ergonomic,
designed around the user. Absolutely. I think we lost a few points in creativity from you two. I think that's because it's a recreation of a real ship. Is that right?
Yeah, I see. I'm putting 6s because there is a bit of creativity in making it, but you're taking inspiration. That's something that I like to see. As much as I love these recreations of real life ships, there's a bit of creativity in making things that maybe aren't truly possible in the real world.
That's absolutely fair. It sort of levels the playing field, doesn't it? Whereas obviously we can be really good at recreating ships, but certain people, their imagination should be valued.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what the grand score for Being Bright's water taxi is. 101. Look at that.
Wow.
It's close at the top, but that is a new leader.
Wow. Well done, Being Bright.
Fantastic. Now, next on the list, Qtan. I think I'm going to say it like that. Qtan and his Saigon water taxi, or it's Ho Chi Minh City now, isn't it? But Saigon is obviously the former name of the city in Vietnam, which I'm presuming is where this is from. I really love this boat. It's fantastically designed. It's based off a real ship that's actually considerably larger than the ship in the game. So he's scaled it down from, say, 30 meters to 15 meters, and he somehow has managed to keep all of the shapes to make it such a charming little boat. What did you think, Noisy?
I really liked it. I say it wasn't my favorite. I know this is based off of one in real life, but I didn't like that front bit where you've got the curves on the sides and then a different curve for the cockpit. I would have loved to see that having the same sort of curve. But other than that, I love the hull. Looks very, very well done. Overall, a really nice boat, and I especially love that mast. Don't know why I just had that little cute factor for me.
Some of the boats, their little mast does really top them off, doesn't it? That's really good point. Bibba, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, dude. This is my favorite. It's so well put together. Like the vents on the top, like the small details, like the cockpit. Oh, it has everything.
Yeah, the floor inside, the roof inside, you're right. Everything is detailed.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, this is my favorite. I love this. So, yeah, look at that. Speakers.
It's fantastic.
It has everything. So
DVD player.
Exactly. So, yeah, as you see, you can use every space on the boat, and it's well put together. So this is my favorite, and it got like top notch.
Absolutely fantastic. You can just picture it zipping down canals in an Asian city somewhere. It's really stylish. Yeah, we love it. And all the custom doors on it as well. There's so many different components that come together into like a massively impressive product.
Yeah.
Here we are. Here's the scores then. Right.
First tens.
Wow.
Your first 10 is very generous on this one. Noisy has marked it a 4 in charm. He hates it.
Oh my god, Noisy. Oh!
100.
100. There we are. It's
I gotta say,
really,
that's
really
a pretty good boat. I really enjoyed it, but I just didn't think it had that charm for me. I know Beaver's fallen in love with it, but unfortunately not for me.
It's a fair point of view. It's not going to appeal to everyone, but definitely we can't deny in terms of functionality and even in aesthetics that it is an impressive ship.
Yeah.
And 100 is nothing to scoff at. That's pretty near the top, where we'll find out at the end who pegs it. But yeah, really, really good. Next submission then. I think there's a couple more to go, 2 or 3. We'll see who it is. Okay. This is the last submission. From Tipsizbebe 44, a water taxi without any specific name. What did we think of this one, guys?
I loved it. This had the charm for me. In my eyes, it was a greenhouse on wheels with a drawbridge,
Exactly.
and there's nothing I wanted more. I think that little drawbridge on the front just makes it for me, zipping along, bobbing up and down. Again, you've got that cute little mast on top. I,
No one saw that.
I love it, yeah. Really, really well done and very simple.
Yeah, I think what you say about a greenhouse, it rings true to me as well. And I just thought, why don't we go to sea in a greenhouse? What could possibly go wrong? Never mind the massive bobbing up and down and the seasickness I actually got filming this. Bibba, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, this reminds me of a skylift. So, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like, I didn't have any perceptions for it. But then I tried it and I looked closer and I actually made me smile because of the ramp, because of you really tried. And
It did make
yeah,
me smile, yeah.
yeah. So actually, it's very a charmful boat. So
It
I
is,
wasn't
definitely.
harsh on it at all. So
I think I may have been a bit too harsh on this one. I love the charm, I love the creativity, but that bobbing up and down just made me seasick looking at it.
You've been harsh throughout this competition, Noisy. We'll
I
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Well, everyone watch out for Noisy.
Yes.
And yeah, like you say, it does have issues being at sea.
Right.
This is the one that I want to go on the least. It just drives like a bouncy castle. No,
You know,
should we
it has
say?
a little place in my heart from now on.
Exactly. Look, me and Bibba have given it fair charm scores. Okay, the grand total for this Tipsizibebe's water taxi is 53. There you go. Not too
Very well
bad.
done.
50, exactly, out of 120. That's not too shabby. Now, like I say, that was our last submission. So if we look back, we have got the fast cat that we saw at the start from Smithy. Again, a nice white, lovely
Very
ball.
nice.
What did you think of the overall quality of all the submissions?
Absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with what came in, and I'm very proud of the community for what they made.
Yeah, really pleased that people engaged, especially because this is our first community challenge, and it's just really nice to see that community spirit, everyone joining in.
Absolutely.
We got anything to say about our community?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. This was like a competition, a communities challenge with experience and new builders. So it was really fun to review those, and that many took part of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
And to anyone that did take part or didn't, keep building, keep trying. You could end up making stuff like this one day or better.
Absolutely, that's what we want to highlight in JSI, is that everyone can become a fantastic builder and they can apply that creative skill to things beyond even Stormworks. You can become a designer or a maritime engineer. I'm sure this game will spur all sorts of creatives to explore the world of nautical engineering. So
And if we see any greenhouses floating around the rivers near us, we will know where it came from.
Exactly, from JSI themselves. Here we go. Right, so we have Smithy, GloomyPie, Austin, Alpha, Mirones. I've forgotten how to say it again.
That's
Being
right.
Bright, Qtan, and Tipsizbebe 44. These are our submissions. We did have one or two more submissions, but they didn't quite meet the criteria we set out. So it had to be around 15 meters long or less, and it had to serve as a water taxi. So with this in mind, before we get to our final rankings, we are going to give an award in our community challenges to sort of highlight someone who's really tried hard and really is showing fantastic promise, and who we have no doubt that in the near future will be creating will be creating builds that are just smashing it out of the park.
Yes.
So Campbell, our co-owner, has elected this person this time around. Next time, maybe it might be a different board member's decision, or it might be decided cooperatively. But in this case, shall we find out who our board's choice award goes to?
Yes.
Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. Smithy,
Well
who
done.
made the white fast cat taxi right at the start of this video. We thought that his ship just was really nicely put together. Though it doesn't quite top our charts, it is nonetheless to be valued, and his building skill is to be highlighted because we just really appreciate the work he's put in.
Very, very nice. Well done, Smithy.
Well done.
As I said, keep building. To anyone, keep building, keep practicing. You'll be amazing one day.
Absolutely, absolutely. We didn't get here in a day. It took us years. Okay,
Absolutely.
the final rankings. Are we ready? Here they come. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
Our winner is Being Bright with his, what was it he made? Oh yes, the Rotterdam taxi. Fantastic work, Being Bright. We really love that. You will be getting 1 month free of Discord Nitro, courtesy of the board at JSI.
Thank you very much for applying Being Bright. This is what can happen. Again, amazing things from everyone. But Being Bright, you just topped my chart and the rest of the board too. Well done. And yeah, congratulations.
That's it. Congratulations. Commiserations to everyone else. Thank you for taking part. And from us at the board, we will see you in the next challenge.
See ya.
See you.
Bye.